Hello there, and welcome to the Galactic Alliance's Organization of Wayfarers Archive. I am Sapphire, Artificial Intelligence for the Space Bureau for metaversal research purposes. As requested, this is the information chronicled within the Commander's X4 data log regarding planet designation Lunacia and their residents, the Axie species. For your convenience and viewing pleasure, this data log has been divided into chapters that cover various aspects related to Lunacia, Axies, and their origin. Lunacia is a hospitable planet inhabited by a species of mysterious origin known as Axies. Much like the many species on Earth, they hold the ability to grow and evolve over time. Unlike our local species, however, they hold the remarkable ability to drastically develop and change from generation to generation, adopting the dominant or recessive genes of their ancestors. This appears to have served as major import to their survivability due to the emergence of hostile entities known as the Chimera. Data on these extremely hostile creatures is light and only based on the first-hand experience of the Commander, but it is believed they may be a variant or tied to the recent emergence of a similar galactic level threat, an infectious entity that carries the ability to distort and corrupt dimensional reality and space-time, who refer to themselves as the Great One. While our technology and weaponry seem to be completely ineffective in combat against these creatures, Axies have adapted and continue to evolve in order to fight and defend against the Chimera quite effectively. They have also managed to survive despite the presence of the local orbiting moon, which emits an extremely harmful source of radiation that is capable of disrupting and damaging our systems. The Axies refer to this as the blood moon. Despite their animalistic appearance, Axies are not only sentient, but are capable of expressing complex emotions, thoughts, creativity, and ideas with an established culture of their own. They have an aptitude for technology, crafting and harnessing a material known as moon shards, in order to create gear that enhances and augments their capabilities in the form of charms and runes, much like the cybernetic augmentation modules we have on our homeworld. They make extensive use of their environment to build territories, homes, and burrows. They have also established systems of training through adventures, rites of passages of sort, and a form of pilgrimage in which they carry out their journey and tasks, but always in teams of 3. Axies have established such a system due to their very nature as a species that evolves extremely quickly. Traveling in teams of 3 allow the Axies to play to each other's strengths while also covering for their weaknesses, in order to maintain preparedness against the Chimera and the harsh elements of Lunacia's orbiting moon. Axies often practice and challenge each other in arena combat, fighting for glory and rewards in the form of AXS shards, SLP, and more. Through our data collection, we have been able to divide Axie types into 6 different categories: bugs, beasts, birds, plants, reptiles, and aquas, along with 3 hybrid subcategories: dusks, mechs, and dawns. Each Axie carries certain attributes and skills based on their genetic makeup that make them highly ideal for various scenarios and combat situations, but also weaken others. Therefore, creating a team of 3 that covers all the bases is important for successful pilgrimage or arena combat. In terms of combat, Axies have an established system that is highly effective against the Chimera and easy to understand, and thanks to the organization of their attributes and skill sets in the form of cards. Each typically carry a set of cards that highlight their abilities that make it easy to digest, like a personal journal or dossier. Due to the massive amount of energy involved with casting, fighting, and summoning, Axies in arena combat take turns in sorties, referred to as rounds. They are tasked to finish their opposition as efficiently as possible. Otherwise, battles too long in length are subject to the harsh dangers of exposure to the blood moon's radiation. However, there are numerous teams of Axies who have been seen to adapt and actually leverage this aspect to their advantage, using highly defensive techniques that can frustrate more conventional team makeups. In addition to this, Axies leverage their aforementioned crafted charms and runes to create entirely new and unique combat dynamics. This special form of technology makes them different from any other species we have encountered thus far. Analysis and study of Lunacia, Axies, and the Chimera is still ongoing, but since the commander's discovery and crash landing, relations with some inhabitants of Lunacia have been strong. While extremely varied in their temperament, Axies have been shown to be extremely welcoming overall. As a result, it is worth visiting in order to better understand their ways, how they have managed to grow and thrive. Their ability to fend off forces that have proven to be resilient against our own technology is novel and worth further study. There is much that can be learned from one another, as their ways of combat, building, crafting, and strategic augmentations have served to be both quite stimulating and intriguing. As visitation to this planet is most recommended despite the dangers, particularly due to the presence of unstudied ancient artifacts and structures that suggest long and storied historical significance. Visitors are advised by the OOW to meet and work with Oleg and his two students, Bubba and Puffy, who would be happy to take you along the pilgrimage of your own in order to learn, create new friendships, meet challenges, and make new discoveries on the lush and mysterious planet of Lunacia.